Hello, everyone. This is Crystal Cockerham of Wisdom Awakens, and you are here for Ask Crystal, a Breakthrough Show Extra. It's a space where you can be empowered to take control of your spiritual path by answering your questions, curiosities, and guidance on your current challenges so that you too can experience breakthrough moments. I'm your host, Crystal Cockerham, author, mentor, and feminine wisdom teacher of wisdomawakens.com. So welcome everyone, and I would very much love for you to drop a note in the chat and let me know where are you joining me from and all that good stuff. And I am going to drop in the call-in information in the comments below so that you can. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Kim. I see you have joined before technology caught up and told me I was here. It's always interesting. So how is everyone today? Let me know where you're joining me from, and when you're ready, if you know you are today's caller, then it is your time to call on in and let me know what it is you are seeking guidance on. So it has been an interesting bit here in the world of planet Earth with all the different things happening with current events and with the new moon and the Lion's Gate. And I don't know as though there is anyone I am aware of currently who hasn't been on the roller coaster of energy. And so, while we're just seeing who is going to call in today, I thought it would be a really good idea just to kind of do some tips on managing and really checking in with your energy. And so one thing that I have found that has been super helpful for me is really checking in and not answering myself from that automated response. So for instance, you're walking by somebody on the street and they say, hello, how are you today? And you have a response that is more often your response than normal, right? Like, oh, I'm doing great. How are you? Or beautiful day, isn't it? Or I'm doing okay, blah, 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 whatever that is. And then you have this, it's like this conditioned habitual response when someone calls you and say, hey, what you doing? Or how you doing today? And you have this response. It's kind of like this blanket response that no matter how you really are, this is what you say. And I actually caught myself in it this week. So that's why I really just kind of wanted to start off chatting about that. And so, I really invite you to ask yourself, how am I really feeling today? How am I really feeling mentally, physically, emotionally? Do I feel like I'm connected, or is everything like fuzzy? Because each of those answers, it's okay for each of those answers to be different in each moment. And you can be totally okay at the same time. Hi, Cheryl. How are you today? Thank you for joining. Jess says, it has been a roller coaster for sure. That's the theme, LOL. It really is. It's quite amazing. And it's shocking to me at how we can each be going and experiencing the roller coaster and be at different points of the roller coaster. So, you can wake up feeling, gosh, I know I didn't sleep well last night. And yet you have the mental acuity of somebody just gave you the greatest supplement ever. And then, all of a sudden you go through your day and you're like, okay, what just happened? I really need to lay down. And yet there's nothing wrong. It's just boom, there it is. And so that is definitely something, while I've been interacting with clients and even with other people outside of the business world, that everybody's kind of like, I don't know what's happening, I don't know why I'm so tired. And so really just taking those times out, even if it's just 5 minutes, to walk around your yard for a minute, or to take an extra walk to the mailbox, or maybe you've been holed up in your house and you just want to go for a drive, a 5-minute drive, and hit the drive through at the juice bar, or go to the local park and have an extended walk just to change up your scenery. And I've been finding that those kinds of things have been really helpful for people. So I'm interested to know if you have any tips on that as well. And even if you don't feel called to call in, let me know what's up. What has been the buzzwords around your personal timeline, and showing up for you, where it's like, gosh, this seems to be a theme. Self-care, or don't live in fear, or what is all of this talk about integration? What does that mean when you're in the transformational process? So really, truly, like, put those in the comments. I would love to know, to help you out. And that is what this space is for you, to further on your path. My suggestion has been, Jess says, that until January 2021, do not overschedule. Leave yourself room for rest and healing and growth. Jess, that is excellent, excellent advice. Especially if you are one of those people who has that tendency to overschedule because you like the busyness of having a busy schedule. And then all of a sudden at the beginning of 2020, you were like, everything was slammed shut, right? And so what does that look like for you? Like, what have you discovered about yourself during this year, even from January? I mean, it doesn't have to be just from the start of the shelter in place. It could be from any time this year. I'm curious, because for me, even though I had what I thought was a decent balance of working both from home and in the virtual space, and being out and about in the physical world, I found that having the shelter in place was really an eye opener to how much time I lost in the busyness of getting from point A to point B. And condensing, errands, which I did before, but now it's like, no need to go shopping. I'm not leaving my house, So that kind of thing. So what have you discovered about yourself? Like, what are the little golden pebbles or the pearls? Cheryl, let me see. Are you still? Yeah, because I keep going back and forth, and you're not showing up in my queue. So go ahead and give it a try one more time, if you would. And I'll just be watching here. So yeah, share those golden nuggets of the little tidbits and maybe the big ahas that you have come across as you've been navigating all of the newness for this time. And I am literally staring at the attendees thing, waiting for it to pop up now, because I don't want to miss your opportunity to phone in and have a question answered. So, Kim, me too. Did you try also calling in, Kim? Give it a go. Give it a go again. Because nothing's popping up. So, and I don't want to miss it. So now I'm like staring. Sorry. So we had also a new moon this week. And so new moons are absolutely perfect to tap into for setting new intentions, right? And so what is an intention but an invocation of inviting change and newness into your life? And so one thing that is often overlooked is when you do set an intention and you are inviting change into your life, participants to allow to talk. I'm going to allow you to talk. So hello. Unmute. Okay, I have a caller on the line. You are unmuted. Hello and welcome.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. My question, can I just ask a question that's not on topic with what you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm having a little bit of difficulty telling my dreams from reality and dreams, as if sometimes I'll have a dream that's a conversation that I'm having with somebody that's directly involved in my life, and I dream it, and then a few days later I start talking about it and I say, well, no, I told you about this, we talked about this. No, we didn't. So how do you tell if it's a vision that hasn't come yet, or I mean, it's like kind of like a mix between not being able to tell reality and dream state in waking hours.
So what I would actually invite you to do is to really, in that waking time and as you're getting ready for your day, ask yourself the questions and use your energy. Really tune into the energy of how you're feeling. So when you're trying to tune in and make a decision and you know the wrong decision by how your body feels.
Yes.
Okay. So whenever there's like resistance, that's pretty much nope, that's not it. And sometimes there is no yes, but if you follow the lighter trail, you'll kind of get onto the clarity and an option will open up that you hadn't thought of before.
Okay.
And so as you're getting ready, ask yourself these questions, okay? Because not all dreams are prophetic. Some dreams are showing you something that's unresolved, that's trying to surface from your subconscious.
Yes.
So your dreams can be showing you something or pointing the way to where to go. So when you wake up and you have that dream and you're like, what the heck was that about? Ask yourself, is there something that I need to look at? And ask your guides to really give you more information on it if that is the case, because you are unclear. Another question to ask, if that's a no, is this, So if it's not something that is showing up for you to work on for yourself, then ask yourself, is this something that I need to be mindful about? Is this something that is coming my way and you're giving me the opportunity to um, shift my response or my reaction, so to speak? Um,
Okay.
yeah. And then another thing is this something that keeps showing? Is this related to something that's showing up in my life that keeps showing up and I'm not seeing a way to resolve it? And with each one, if it's a yes and you're still unclear as to what it is, continue to ask for more information, because your guides will help you and they want to help you. Um, and if you ask, they're going to find ways to put things in your path to help you. Um, and then, as you're getting information and you think, allow yourself that time to process. I know that not everyone is a journaler. Journaling is fantastic, but anything that helps you stay in that reflective mindset, gardening, cooking, some kind of crafting or creating, and again, journaling or sketching or art, those can really help show you some of those things that are hidden to help bring you clarity.
Okay. Wow. It just popped in my mind. I'm like, wow, I really have an opportunity to change the future. You can't do that. Oh, maybe I can.
So, one of the things when I do card readings for people, because it's been where I've done events and I'll just do like quick card readings, I always ask them, is this your first reading? And if it's yes, I get super excited because then I have the opportunity to not let them be in doom and gloom, right, around it. And I give them the free will speech. So when you do a card reading or an intuitive reading for somebody, it is never the end all be all answer. However, it is a message from spirit that if nothing else changes, this is the potential of where you're headed. And so dreams work that same way. So if you feel like it's a dream that's warning you or prophetizing something that is headed your way, that's your opportunity to look at all of the varying factors to see what is in your control to shift in order to, because you can never have full control over everything, right? But you
Right.
have control over you. So then that gives you an opportunity to, what am I not seeing, right? Do I have the blinders on? What am I leaving out? Is there something for me to learn? Is there something for me to process in order to, for this event to look different or to not happen at all?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, actually, putting in the perspective of card reading and into bringing that whole message into your dream and using it that way makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because everyone's spirit speak is different. And some people, they don't get messages in their dream time or they don't remember their dreams. I'm one of those people. Like, I very rarely ever remember anything that I dream about, even when I set the intention. So when I wake up and I remember something, I really pay attention. And so those are all part of our higher self communicating with us, right? And so dreams are a very complex world of intuiting and symbolism, because you don't know, is this your higher self coming through and giving you feedback? Is this someone else whose energy you're connected with, their higher self coming through and giving you messages? Is this someplace in your soul's contract or soul memory, right? Your unconscious from this lifetime or another, trying to come through to give you information? Or did you really eat something wacky and watch something totally strange and it is just like your brain's trying to reconnect itself the right way?
Okay.
Because that's possible too.
So I mean, I dream a lot, and a lot of times I like with the journaling, it's hard because I'll wake up in the middle of the night from a dream, and I'm like, if I take the time to stop, go somewhere where I can actually write without disturbing my husband, then. But it sounds like if I'm waking up from a dream, whether it's just to go to the bathroom, but I have a dream in my mind, I should take the time to journalize it when I go to the bathroom and then go back to bed, because I'm missing something because I'm not remembering all of those dreams.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's a really great idea. And remember, before you go to bed, you can set that intention and really have a few minutes to where you're tuning into your energy and you're asking your guides to help support you and to help you remember what you need to remember. And so if you do wake up from a dream and you go to the bathroom, you can say, is there something that I need to know right now? Or are you not done? Um, so that you can jot your notes, and then go back to sleep.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and I really love the in between time. So I'm not sure like what your schedule is. Um, like if you set an alarm, if you're what your habit is, like if you're a snoozer, hit the snooze button a few times, or if somebody wakes you. But in that in between where you're just waking up, you can start training yourself to ask yourself, what is my message for today? What do I need to know? Did something happen, in my dream time that will help me through my day, or that I need to bring into my day to process?
Okay. Well, I should be able to figure out how to do that because I have a internal alarm clock that wakes me up before my alarm clock goes off.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes. But I mean, but yeah, I should be able to set that intention before I go to bed as I'm waking up. So yeah, I'll try that. That sounds great.
Yeah, there's really something about that in between time. I love that in between time. Um, Sometimes a little bit too much, but I really like that in between time, especially as someone who doesn't really have the dream stuff or memory of the dream stuff. Um, so for me, that in between time is pivotal. Pivotal. So for me, just using myself as an example, for me to like turn that alarm off and then just get out of bed, I am disjointed the whole rest of the day. I really need that
Yeah.
in between time and that slow waking. And so there could be a disconnect somewhere. So really try that before you go to bed. Um, just tuning in with your energy centers and feeling into your body, and just asking your higher self those questions. And then when you wake up, again, the same thing in that in between time, but you're on the other end of it. Is there something more? What do I need to know for my day today? And then bring yourself back into your body. um, I do not recall which book, but Jamie Sams, she really has some really good advice for waking up, especially when you are more highly sensitive with your intuitive senses. Abrupt alarm noises are
I
really
hate them.
a way that slam you back into your body and
Yeah.
abruptly take you out. And so when that happens, it's easy to forget. So she does mention an alarm clock that I have not been able to find, but it's one where it just brightens, because we're supposed to wake up with the sun, right? It's one that just brightens up the room, gradually, and it starts with a sound and then it gets a little bit louder, which I
I've
think
seen
is
those advertised.
Yeah, I think
But it was
it's
a while ago.
yeah, I think it's an amazing concept. And being now that I have, the joy of, working from home on a virtual space, I don't have to set an alarm to, like wake up and start my day. But I love sleeping. I love sleeping with the curtains open. I don't darken my room at night. So my husband doesn't like that because he doesn't like any light whatsoever. So when we get like that quarter moon before the full moon, until like I will close the curtains and I ask him to open them when he goes to work. But otherwise, I like leaving the curtains open so that the sun helps wake me up.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the best way to wake up, I've heard. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, and another way to cycle with to sync with nature and nature's cycle in how our innate circadian rhythms are supposed to go. We're supposed to wind down when the sun goes down and go to bed and wake up with the sun, set and rise with the sun, um, as humanoids.
Except for in the winter.
Yeah, except for in the winter where we're a little bit more challenged. Yes, correct. I'm just gonna, if it's all right, hop on over. I don't see any newer comments on Facebook because I was just wondering if anybody else had a suggestion um, that they use, like if they're someone such as yourself who has a lot of dreams and you do get a lot of intuitive insight while you're dreaming and that, like if they have any tips that maybe I haven't mentioned that would be beneficial to you, it would be wonderful to enter those into the comments.
Absolutely. I would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, so when you wake up, do you feel like you are rested?
Well, surprisingly, last night I woke up several times throughout the night, and I had actually asked for a nice, peaceful fall asleep easy and stay asleep, but that wasn't going to happen. That's okay. But I woke up several times. I had one nightmare, and it was a car crash or almost a car crash that I was driving and I wasn't paying close enough attention, I guess. So I think that there's a warning there that, you need to pay attention to all the details around you, and be careful when you're in control of something to make sure you're not making a mistake.
And that's a really powerful lesson in the power of being present, right? Especially when
Mm-hmm.
we're driving because we get into that automated, where we're not super connected. And I'm sure that everyone who drives has had the experience where you leave your house and all of a sudden you don't remember a part of your traveling.
Yes. And actually, I got that feeling that I was on autopilot when right before I had to slam on my brakes in this dream. And it was a route that I take from work, to and from work.
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and especially if you travel through a high traffic area. So it may be beneficial for you to take a different way to work for a couple of days just to just to kind of force your brain out of the pattern.
Okay.
Is it possible to take an alternate route?
I'll just leave earlier. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can take a different route.
yeah,
Maybe go to the gym in the morning, go, do something in the morning and then go around
yeah.
instead of in the evening.
Because that's a really helpful tip for anyone actually when you're really working through something and you're inviting change into your life. A very powerful thing is to try to change safely as many things in your routine as you can, because then it forces you to be more present and pay more attention to what you're doing in each moment.
That's great advice.
Yeah. um, because it's amazing when we are really seeking change or up leveling, or we've come through a transformation, to fall back into the old habits, even though we're different, because they become so automatic. And the perfect example of that is like when you're taking a shower or your bathing ritual. I mean, that's habitual, right? I mean, how many times do, whatever your process is, how many times do you change it? You don't. You're just on autopilot when you're doing that. So during your day, anything that you can do to shift your routine will force your brain to say, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? We're not in default mode.
In the shower, because that's a great. I always take mine in the morning. If I take it at night, maybe that would be a big change.
That would be a big change, to change your morning routine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really invite people, like, if you wake up and take a shower and then have your coffee and make your lunch, wake up and have your coffee and make your lunch and then take a shower and see what it does. You're like, whoa.
It's healthy for the brain, brain too, because that's more. You're not. You're right. It's even healthy for all aspects. That's great.
Yeah.
Instead of playing brain games, just play brain games with yourself.
Well, yeah, and healthy ones, right? Because you're trying to help yourself. So, and just watch your self-talk too. Make sure you're keeping your self-talk in check. Don't, you know that you're going to do this. So don't put things in your way. Like, oh, Cheryl, you know better. You know that you blah, 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 blah kind of thing. Right.
Right.
Instead, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. We're doing things differently. So I missed this, and that's okay. You give yourself permission to miss something or overdo something or do something twice. Oh yeah, I already did this.
Yeah. And that I can see that happening with switching things around.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, yay. Do you have any other questions around that for me? Do you feel like you have a way forward?
I do. I very much so do. And thank you very much, Crystal.
You are welcome.
Aho.
Aho. Thank you.
All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, everyone, I just want to thank the caller for phoning in and bringing us that awesome subject matter. And so I'm curious for you, if you also have that as a struggle, if there's something else that you do that helps you with your routine, or if there's something else that you've tried, maybe it didn't work for you and it may work for someone else. This is absolutely your space for that. And so I just want to let you know that coming up tomorrow on the Breakthrough Show at noon Central, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, Jess is bringing on that super powered feminine energy to the show as she talks about relationships and more with Hallie Halleck. And you'll hear about starting with you, with self-care, health, and always being in style, and a huge topic, balance, right? A very elusive thing that many of us struggle with. Plus, you'll meet a new friend of the show that will inspire you all, because our host, Jessica Dugat, ate some granola. What? Yes, Sylvia Tam is here. She is the founder of Baviva Foods, and she is going to be sharing about how her own breakthroughs led to the creation of her products and her new communities on Facebook. Sylvia will also share about her life-changing thoughts when it comes to raising her children. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a fantastic episode. I'm hopping over. I'm not seeing any new comments, so I apologize if they're there. They're just not showing up for me. Um, and so, and also, don't forget that you can get so much more from the Breakthrough Show and all of the Breakthrough Show extras by supporting us on Patreon, where you'll gain access to our exclusive community. And you can find out more at patreon.com/the Breakthrough Show. So that is a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Crystal Cockerham with wisdomawakens.com. And I invite you, if you are an awakened woman and or curious about feminine wisdom, to join me in my private Facebook group, Feminine Wisdom Keepers. This has been another Breakthrough Show Extra Ask Crystal, guidance that empowers you to align with your inner wisdom, continue on your spiritual path. So stay safe and don't be afraid to shine your light. Bye for now, everyone, and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your August. I will see you again the third Thursday in September.